All our hard work.
Right, well, I don't know. Maybe we turn the raw dog into another project. I do have a 91 Chevrolet or GMC Suburban square body. It'd be cool, 3/4 ton diesel powered, wouldn't it?
I think so.
So while we're here doing all this, we're gonna be doing the rear brakes. We're gonna be swapping the tires on the rims and everything. We're also going to be doing something about this rusty, crappy old diff cover there. Now, another sponsor to this video, Spelab, sent me an aluminum differential cover to spruce this up. We're gonna have to undercoat this thing, get rid of this, all this rust and flaky, the dirt stuff. But I'm gonna undo this now. Common problem, especially here in Ontario, you get all the rust and salt and all that stuff happening in your vehicles. These things, the diff covers, GM, the old 10-bolt rear ends and all that stuff were notorious for rotting out, and then you get a slow leak or whatever. So it's nice to be able to update not only the look of it, but the functionality. The new diff cover has a fill port and a drain port, so you can service your rear end. You know, no, you got to service your rear end every once in a while, right, babe? So I'm gonna clean all the rust. Like, look at this thing. We'll get this all cleaned off. I'll pull this cover off while we're here, and then I'll open up the box and show you the new cover. Another awesome feature of living in a province or a state, wherever you are, that uses salt on the roads. Yeah, not only does your cover or the underside of your vehicle get rusty, so does all the freaking bolts holding the cover on. That right there is supposed to be a 13 mil or 1/2 inch nut or bolt, and that is just rounding off. So I do have some of these I think they're called twist sockets or twist grip. I got them off of I think these ones are off the Mack tool truck. So you just pound those suckers on there. Oh, they bite right in. Tickety boo.
Heck yeah.
Now we just got to do that 13 more times because they're all freaking rusted off. And hopefully, I'm pretty sure the new cover comes with its own brand new hardware. All right, baby, so I got them all out. Some of them were a bugger. I definitely needed those twist sockets to just keep hammering on the ratchet and put force on it because they were just rounded right off. So now I got them all out. This here is a spot weld chisel. It's nice and flat, but it's got sharp edges all the way around. I like using it for splitting. Obviously, I got all the bolts out, and this thing ain't leaking yet because it's glued on. They don't use gaskets on these. They silicone them on. So we gotta hammer this up in there. Break the seal. Oh. It's a good thing we're doing this.
Ugh.
It's not supposed to be that color. Oh, and it smells just lovely.
Smells terrible.
It's a good thing they don't have smell-o-vision, eh?
Nah.
Anybody that's done, you know, a rear end job or service or all that, you know what the dirty old gear oil smells like.
It has like a propane smell to it.
Oh yeah, get a whiff of that.
I'm
But yeah, that is definitely,
very sick.
it's got a bit of, that's what she said. It's definitely got signs of a little bit of moisture in there, so I'll have to double check my vent, make sure it's free and clear. But that definitely, that fluid's been, she's been warm once or twice, that's for sure. Just trying to get as much fluid out as we can. We'll obviously let this drip while we're doing the tires and the brakes and all that other stuff, but at least we're not finding any chunks of gears or bearing or anything in here, so that's a bonus. Okay, while that is draining, I already, like when this first showed up, I kind of peeked in the box because I wanted to make sure it was the right one before we started doing the video, you know, saying we're gonna put a diff cover on, then oops, wrong one. So this is what Spelab sent me. Mama going to get some gas. Now this thing, the packaging on it, it comes super protected. Like this thing's got all the foam inserts in here, bubble wrapped, and I gotta say, I'm quite impressed with the shipping of it. Now look at that beauty. That is a billet aluminum diff cover. Oh, and that is solid. That's a duker of a cover. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the machine work on there. So it's got all these grooves supposed to help trap or control the flow of the oil, I guess, in the diff. And then you also got a sight glass so you can see your level.
Okay.
And then you got a fill port up top. And what I think is the best feature, you got a drain port. So differentials, most of them since the beginning of time, don't have any drains. You got to pull the back cover off to drain it. So making a service on it, it's a pain in the butt. So having a fill and a drain on there, then you can just pop plugs out, let it drain, put some new fluid in it, tickety-boo, away you go. Something to do, you could do like every, I mean, gear oil is not that expensive. You could do it like every other oil change type deal. One of the most neglected parts of a vehicle is the differential. Usually they go to the scrapyard with the same oil in it. We do have a casualty with the gasket though, honey. Thankfully, we got right stuff, so I'll probably put a film of right stuff on here, put the gasket on, another film on the differential, we'll glue her on, and thankfully, we got a bag of hardware, so we don't have to reuse the rusty bolts on there. Now this thing here, I gotta say, like, I think I'll have to double check, but I had a quick look on their website for this diff cover, and I want to say, like, it's not that expensive, like $170 or something like that. Like the chunk of aluminum it would have taken to machine this.
Right.
I mean, just to buy a chunk of aluminum like that, I'm pretty sure here in Canada, it would cost you more than $170. So to get a custom billet aluminum diff cover that looks good, I think it ups the amount of oil you can carry in there, so which would keep it cool. I mean, this is fancy, and I don't know, Spelab, nice one. Putting everything on there. We'll have to wash them up. We'll change the other two when he comes back. In the meantime, we can put that diff cover on from Spelab. So unfortunately, the gasket that was shipped with this ended up being in 2 pieces instead of 1. So I am going to use some of the right stuff. I'll lay a little film of that down on here. We'll glue her in place. I'll still use the gasket just as, I mean, they gave it to us. Just a thin film like so. And then we'll glue this sucker in place. It's like a wee little puzzle. And then all I'll do is where the tears in the gasket are, hit her with a little extra goopy doop. And then I'm just gonna, we don't want this thing to leak ever. And I mean, now that we got a drain bolt on here, we should never have to take this off.
This is true. Pretty handy.
Right? Oh, so gotta wipe this clean. And we got a 6mm Allen key bit here. We gotta put this guy. Where's the hole? Where's the hole? Is that the hole? Okay, one more bolt, baby. Okay, well, looks like it's lining up. It's kind of a little worried here. Like, what's all this extra material here? Are we supposed to be able to see that? So I'm just starting them all, getting them finger tight. I mean, so far so good.
It looks pretty nice on there.
Right? We're definitely, I got some black oil undercoating. I'm gonna hit the whole underside of this, freshen up the look and kind of protect it and slow down Mother Nature stealing this thing.
Oh shoot.
But yeah, we'll mask this off so we don't get it covered. This thing's already, you want people behind you to be like, damn! But I mean, as far as installation goes on this thing, can't really get any simpler. You know, they supply you with all the hardware, the gasket, even if the gasket shows up ripped. A little bit of right stuff on there and you're good to go. Don't think we got to really crank these bolts crazy tight. And then we'll just make sure the drain bolt is snug. And then we'll open up the fill port. Napa's bringing me some gear oil too for this thing. So we'll top her up until we can see it in there. I think you can, it's got like a drain. So I guess you can pull that out. You can fill it until oil comes out of here.
Okay.
And then maybe, I don't know, or fill it up until that ball's floating. But yeah, I gotta say, shout out to Spelab there for sending this thing out. She's a beauty.
It is pretty sexy.
Well, and like I said, I'm gonna double check the website just to be sure, but I know the last time I checked it was like 170 bucks or something for this cover. And like, you can't go wrong with that.
No, that's not bad at all.
All right, baby. So I've gone around a few times, just snugging them up. I mean, they came with they got like a wave washer and a lock washer on there, so they're nice and snug. It's all got the double layer of right stuff, the lock washers, the gasket. I think we should be good. You know, you want her sealed up. Nobody likes a leaky rear end.
No.
Okay, so I got to say the ability of having a fill plug like this on the top of the case, I love it. So we can get this thing topped up. We'll just fill it up until we see a little bit in there, right? And I mean, the fill plug hole is so big. Look at that. I can get the stream just a-flowing. Okay, so thanks to our friends at Spelab there, we have gone from this to that. Now, I gotta say, that is a huge, huge improvement. It looks good, and it's red and black, matches the Redneck Sturdy Hands colors. So, you know, the old crusty, rusty one, out of here. This one, the Spelab, you know, it's high strength billet construction. This is gonna add cooling style, you know, this thing. It's well worth, I think, the investment. You know, obviously it was free $99 for me, but if you go to Spelab's official website there, do I gotta do the www?
No, sir.
www.spelabautoparts.com. If you put in the code RNDH15, you'll get a discount on one of these suckers or anything else on their website. You know, they do all kinds of, they got all kinds of parts, you know, not just diff covers. There's exhausts on there, I think tuners and all kinds of stuff. It's worth checking out. And like I said, this thing here is definitely a quality piece, so it's worth a look. Okay, so this is day number 2 of the video with the raw dog there.